Fiberglass doors are a cost-effective option. They're naturally insulating. There's a ton of options when it comes to glass, when it comes to paints, stains. There's a lot of versatility in it, and they're a good option. They're a good cost-effective option. I think when you look at it, there's a lot of details with fiberglass doors that, like the surrounds that are here, that are held in with the screws, that kind of, you know, they don't lend themselves architecturally like the others do. The styles are a bit chunkier compared to others, so it doesn't necessarily have that traditional look that you would get from a true wood door if someone's a purist. You know, if that's cool with you and you like the look of it, go for it. You know what I mean? Whatever makes you happy, go for it. But just some things to consider. If you're looking at a fiberglass door, and we offer fiberglass doors proudly. We work with Masonite, we work with Therma-Tru. There's a lot of options. And again, there's plenty of designs that I'm sure you'd be able to find something you're happy with. I just like to point out the details in there. And if those details are something that you're like, hey, and looking at the price point, maybe this is a better avenue, or you know what, I'm happy with it. You know, let's go for that. So smooth fiberglass doors tend to be less expensive than stained fiberglass doors. And the difference between the two, it's a lot of the same styles, but they put this stamp to have that grain stamped in there. Now, that's a cool option, and it's a way to get a low maintenance door with a wood look. You don't need an overhang like you typically do with a wood door, like when we talked about wood doors. But the disadvantage, again, is that really chunky style on there. It just doesn't lend itself the way a true wood door or an aluminum clad door would. And the grain, if you like the grain, hey, more power to you. It's awesome, it's a good look, but when you get into the grains, they can be a little cost prohibitive compared to some of the other options that would be considered upgrades. And the grain, you can kind of feel it on the door. If you think about a wood door, like this one right here, this wood door, you can see how much more narrow the style is and compared to the adjacent wall here. And it's just smooth. Like, you don't feel that grain on there. That grain on there isn't really true to what would be a wood entry door while it's trying to look like a wood entry door. So when we get into fiberglass doors, depending on the options that someone chooses, would depend on where you would need to navigate with, like these surrounds here that are held in, where you can see that applied molding detail that holds the glass in. If you want certain art glasses or something like that, you're kind of in this arena. But there is an option when it comes to fiberglass doors that I think is a little more sexy when you look at it, and it's got a little more pizzazz, if you will, when you talk about flush fiberglass doors. It gets rid of the surrounds. It makes it a little more sleek, a little more narrow. And a flush fiberglass door, if you look here, is gonna look more like your wood door. It's gonna have more of what most folks are going for today. Now, a flush fiberglass door is a little bit more than the regular fiberglass doors. However, there's not that applied molding detail because the glass is actually sandwiched inside that door. And the stiles and rails are much more narrow compared to what we just saw earlier. So if you're not looking at art glass, this could be a fantastic option. They do them as a stained option as well as a painted option. And with the factory finishes, again, very low maintenance, pretty low entry point as far as cost goes. Again, this one's gonna be an upgrade. If you're considering these guys, you might wanna look at maybe an aluminum clad door if you're looking at paint. If you want stain, I would look at a flush glazed stain door. Overall, pretty versatile product, pretty low maintenance product. For the most part, pretty affordable. Has a little bit of limitations as far as design goes, but it's cost effective, it's good, it's gonna last, it's gonna hold in place for years to come. It might be something you might wanna consider. If we can help you in any way, please contact us today. Until next time, we'll see you soon.